Welcome to the deep dive. Let's jump straight in today with something just massive. China's annual college entrance exam, the Gaokao.
Right.
If you know it, you know the stakes are sky high.
Yeah.
If not, well, just try to picture a single test
Uh-huh.
taken by over 13.3 million students. It's basically their one shot at university.
And that number, 13.3 million, it's not just, a statistic. It defines everything about the Gaokao.
How so?
Well, for so many families, especially outside the big coastal cities, this exam isn't just about getting a degree. It's seen as the main path, sometimes the only path, to moving up social mobility.
Okay, right. So that makes fairness absolutely critical.
Yeah.
Preventing cheating isn't just a detail. It's fundamental to the whole system's legitimacy.
Exactly, which brings us to the core challenge our source material gets into.
Yeah, how do you police an exam this big, this important, now that advanced AI is everywhere? Can you even run a traditional test like this when potentially every student could have an AI helper?
It's a huge question.
So our mission in this deep dive is to unpack the, frankly, extraordinary measures China's taking based on what we've read. It's this really striking intersection of old school, high-stakes testing and, well, very cutting-edge tech.
Okay, let's get into it, because one of the most surprising things from the source is this level of coordination with major Chinese tech companies. Maybe coordination is putting it mildly.
This is where it gets really wild, I think. We learned that huge names, Alibaba, Tencent, ByteDance, they didn't just, cooperate.
No.
They actually took the pretty drastic step of temporarily switching off key AI features on their platforms, specifically during the Gaokao exam hours.
Exactly. And it wasn't random features. They focused on the AI capabilities most likely to be used for cheating in real time.
Like what specifically?
The source really highlights the disabling of photo recognition in popular AI chatbots.
Ah, okay. So the idea is you couldn't just, say, snap picture of a tricky exam question with your phone.
Right.
And upload it to ByteDance's Dubao. That's their chatbot. From the TikTok parent company or maybe Tencent's Quen, and get an instant answer back.
Precisely. And the source mentioned examples. Students actually tried this.
And what happened?
They apparently got messages back saying something like the service was unavailable. And it wasn't subtle. The reason given was explicitly to ensure fairness in the college entrance examination.
Wow. So they were very direct about it.
Very. And it wasn't just the absolute giants. DeepSeek, which is another well-known generative AI tool, apparently did the same thing. Blocked services during exam hours, same reason given.
We saw some immediate reaction to this in the source material, didn't we?
Yeah, that was interesting. Apparently, screenshots started popping up all over Chinese social media, Weibo especially.
Showing what?
Students running into these blocks, frustrated, Some were saying even queries that have nothing to do with the exam were getting blocked during those specific windows.
So it was a pretty broad shutdown then, not super surgical.
Seems like it. It shows the sheer scale of the measure they implemented.
But, what's fascinating is that this AI disabling, while maybe the newest or most headline-grabbing tactic, it's actually just one piece of a much bigger anti-cheating puzzle they deploy for the Gaokao.
That's a crucial point. The source makes it clear this is a multi-layered strategy. It goes way beyond just blocking apps outside the exam hall.
Right. They're using tech inside the room, too.
Yeah, several provinces reportedly rolled out quite sophisticated AI monitoring systems within the examination rooms.
Okay, what did those do?
They use cameras, obviously, but linked to AI analysis that's trained to spot what the authorities call abnormal behaviors.
Like whispering, passing notes.
Subtle stuff, potentially. Whispering, yes. But maybe even just unusual head movements or, suspicious glances between students. Things a human proctor might miss in a crowded room.
So, okay, let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You've got the tech companies blocking AI outside the hall. And then you've got AI systems watching for cheating behavior inside the hall.
Correct. And that's still not all. They also seriously ramped up the physical and digital security just to get into the exam site.
The article mentioned biometrics.
Yes. Things like fingerprint or facial scanning to make absolutely sure the person taking the test is who they say they are.
Plus, presumably, much stricter searches for hidden phones or smartwatches, that kind of thing.
Definitely enhanced screening for any digital devices.
And then the big ones, signal blockers.
Oh, yeah. Widespread use of radio signal jammers at the exam sites. The goal is basically to create a dead zone for wireless communication. No calls, no data in or out.
It really paints a picture of a total lockdown. They're tackling it from every angle imaginable. External AI helps shut down internal AI surveillance, plus a physical and digital fortress around the exam site itself.
And if you zoom out a bit, the source connects all this back to just how seriously the entire society takes this exam.
Yeah, that part was really striking. It's not just the education ministry, it's like the whole community gets involved.
Absolutely. The article mentioned things like cities actually postponing public events that might cause noise or disruption near exam centers.
I saw that. And some offices delaying their start times.
Yeah, adjusting work hours,
Hmm.
and even creating special traffic lanes like priority lanes just to make sure students get to the exam on time, no delays.
Imagine that. The entire city altering its daily rhythm just for a test.
It really underscores the immense cultural weight of the Gaokao. It's tied up with family hopes, ideas about meritocracy, social progress. It's huge.
So these intense anti-cheating measures, they're a direct reflection of that societal importance, right?
Absolutely. The integrity of the exam has to be seen as rock solid because so much rides on it.
So thinking about our listeners, why does this deep dive into China's Gaokao matter beyond, just this specific event? What's the takeaway?
Well, I think it gives us a fascinating, maybe even a slightly alarming glimpse into the lengths governments and even private companies might go to try and police that blurry line between human effort and tech assistance, especially when the stakes are incredibly high.
And this challenge, maintaining integrity in tests or evaluations, or really any high-pressure situation, when AI is becoming so powerful and accessible,
It's not just a China issue. We're going to see variations of this play out everywhere, right?
seems inevitable. It also highlights, I think, the immense pressure around these traditional gatekeeper exams.
Yes, definitely. And it shows how technology is being used in creative and, well, depending on how you look at it, maybe intrusive ways. Not just for the usual things like efficiency, innovation, but very specifically for enforcing rules, ensuring compliance, and frankly, surveillance within these structured systems.
Okay, so let's just quickly recap the key points we pulled from the source.
Sounds good.
The Gaokao. Massive, critical college entrance exam in China. Huge implications for social mobility for millions.
Over 13.3 million students this year. Yeah.
To combat AI cheating, big tech firms, Alibaba, Tencent, ByteDance, others like DeepSeek, took this unprecedented step.
Right. Temporarily disabling key AI features, especially photo recognition and chatbots, during exam hours, explicitly to ensure fairness.
And this was just one part of a bigger system.
A multi-layered approach, yeah, including AI monitoring inside exam halls for suspicious behavior.
Plus, beefed up physical and digital security. Biometric ID checks, device screening, radio signal jammers.
And we saw how the whole society kind of adapts around it, altered traffic flows, postponed events, delayed office hours. It shows the exam's huge significance.
So that brings us to a final thought, something for you, the listener, to maybe mull over.
Yeah, it's a provocative one, I think. If maintaining the integrity of a traditional exam like the Gaokao requires something as drastic as a temporary nationwide shutdown of core AI features, what does that actually tell us about the future? About how compatible our current ways of testing and evaluating people really are with a world where AI is, well, everywhere and getting smarter all the time?
How our society is going to navigate that, balancing access to these incredibly powerful tools, which we want for progress and learning.
Right.
With this fundamental need, we still have to somehow assess individual unassisted human knowledge and skills. Where does that line get drawn in the future?
It's a really complex question, and I suspect we're only just beginning to grapple with it.